Welcome, everyone. This is What You Toku-ing About, a podcast that's very popular with the girls. That's right, we're back, and we're hitting up the cinema. We're going to the silver screen. Yes, the
Yes,
big pictures.
correct term.
You know, we love television and all that stuff here, but sometimes we love the pictures. We love the movies. We love a good flick. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's why. We'll go.
One could say we watch movies.
Yes, the vaunted, the secret fourth host, the one that we've like hinted at multiple times, as if they're like a mysterious creature hidden in the woods and they're gonna poke their head out sometime. Actually, one of the episodes of Ultra Q was about a mysterious madman who lived in the woods, but we have a mad woman coming up. But
I do live in the woods, though.
Okay, everyone. So yeah, my name is Russ Walsh. This is What You Toku-ing About. With me are Stix, Hunter, and the long-awaited appearance of Iris. Welcome, Iris. Thank you for coming on.
What the fuck is up, everybody? Am I allowed to swear? Actually, sorry.
I don't know.
You are.
I've
sweared before.
I kept trying to avoid swearing as hard as I can in the show, and 2 times in the last episode I just let him fly. I was like, God damn it! So, but whatever. I marked it as a...
Man, you think damn is a swear?
Yeah.
Ooh, we're going to be on a different level
Gosh
now
dang darn. You know me. I already said before
I'm going to be adding the Kevin Smith with boobs element to this podcast.
We didn't tell Iris ahead of time. This is the first Toku podcast looking at through a Christian lens, so, you know...
Fuck!
It's all over.
And we're talking about how much of a sinful anime we're watching is, and that is the Cutie Honey live action movie, which I do have to say, I did want to lead off here real quick. I did say at the end of the last episode that we chose the potentially the most horny Toku movie to start off, because in between, we're going to watch, 50 episode long shows. We do need breaks from just watching endless television, so I thought, why not just a casual movie, just a casual watch, and then a looser podcast, a little bit of structure, but not as much. That being all said, I did want to ask Iris up front. We all went through our spiel about what brought us to start a Toku podcast, how much we've watched. If you're somebody who's like, you want to get more into it, or you've watched stuff before, I want to get back into it, or you're like, this is a new journey, please, Iris, let us know. Tell us why you are here.
I am here because I am Miss Movies. Tom Cruise can go fuck himself. I'm better than him.
You can eat more popcorn than Tom Cruise?
I don't eat popcorn at the movie theater. I only fuck with red vines.
Whoa!
The movie watcher has logged on.
Yeah, you're logging yellow corn.
Red vines and black coffee is my cinema loadout.
Wow.
No, I actually got into Toku from watching Toku movies originally. It was, getting really into the Godzilla films, getting really into other Toho stuff, watching things that I'm sure people who are like even remotely interested in this podcast have at least heard of, like Mechanical Violator Hokkaido.
Right.
Yeah, like watching those classics, and then one day, I think like 3 years ago, I was like, okay, I'm slacking. All the stuff I like pulls on Sentai and Kamen Rider. I should give these Toku TV shows a chance. I watched Original Ultraman. I watched Kamen Rider Double for, I would still say one of my maybe my second favorite Heisei era rider.
Good show.
Yeah, it's a great show. I have watched some Sentai here and there. I've watched Jetman. I really like Dawn Brothers. Who doesn't like Dawn Brothers? Like, I kind of got to get a sampling of everything and see how it has influenced movies I like. Oh, another thing that it very obviously influenced that I watched like forever ago, but it stuck in my head is Ichi the Killer is like very clearly informed by tokusatsu superhero stuff.
Yes.
And it was just, I really care about movies, and when I watch a movie, I want to understand what that movie is drawing on. And when I started getting really into weirdo Japanese movies, the ones that aren't pink films really do pull a lot on Toku, even if it's just like blood and guts special effects. The whole special effects language of Toku is its own thing, and that really is like that's what brought me to this. And Russ asked me if I wanted to do this podcast. I said yes. I then wasn't available for 2 episodes of Ultra Q after suggesting that we all watch Ultra Q, which is my bad.
Apologize right now.
I'm sorry. But it is like it's a really interesting genre, and it's one of those things like I I feel like this is almost silly to say, but Star Trek to me is like hamburger tokusatsu, in that it's the kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing that you can watch and see how it influences everything that came after it aired on television, even in like really minor references. It's very similar, and it's just like, yeah, Toku is like its own language that can be used to understand a certain subsect of cinema. So that's why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah. So the picture watcher has entered, and you're starting off with a hot picture. Well, you said one of your favorites, the Cutie Honey movie.
Oh yeah, I would say easily my favorite tokusatsu movie.
I think
like clears every Godzilla for me. I have a lot of respect for a lot of the different Godzilla movies, but Cutie Honey really delivers exactly what I want, which is goofy lesbianism and
true,
like Looney Tunes shit.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I have a quick question. What is everyone's experience with Cutie Honey and Go Nagai? And I would like to go first because I have none. Period. This is the first Cutie Honey thing, period, that I've ever seen. I know of her, I know of Go Nagai, I know all that, but I never watched anything with the character. So this was my first full introduction to her.
I grew up with a lot of gay guys who were really into Devilman, and I was like, what about Devil Woman? There actually is a Devil Woman, but I did not watch that.
I bought it on sale.
There is a Devil Woman.
I watched
there
the
is
first
a Devil
episode.
Woman.
The Devil Lady.
Yeah.
Yes.
I watched that.
Devil Man Lady.
Yes,
and you know what? If you call her a man lady, I'm not even gonna go there. But I read the manga and I was like, what else is Go Nagai written? And I saw Cutie Honey and I read it and I was like, this is stupid. And then I read all of it. And now I have it in like the hardcover bound edition on my shelf. And I've watched the original series. I think Cutie Honey is one of my favorite anime. I got really into it when I was getting really into like Triggers, not Triggers animation, Gainax's animation, but by Imaishi, who would later go on to found Trigger, and like that kind of like post millennium new era of Gainax. Cutie Honey is really at the forefront of it. And that came out at the same era of this movie, and I had a moment where one of my friends was like showing us all the OVA, and I was like, "Oh, this is really good." And she was like, "You want to know what's even better? There's a movie." And I was like, "No way!" And then she put on the movie for us. And as we have all now watched this film, you can kind of imagine what my response to it was, or make up your own, and it will probably be pretty accurate.
You had a cup of coffee, one of your famous cup of coffees with
with my red vine,
with your red vine straw that you drink through.
Oh, okay, that's too much for me.
And then you went, what is this tomfoolery? Why aren't we watching a beloved classic PTA film? What is this anime traipsing about? That's what I picture.
You're slandering me at this point. No, I was going nuts. I was making gorilla noises in my seat.
Hell yeah. So I guess for me, I definitely watched Cutie Honey back in the day. I'm sure we're gonna bring up Devilman Crybaby. I'm weirdly, of all like the great mangaka, I've read a lot of Tezuka, and I've actually read
Tezuka's great.
Yeah, I've read a lot of not a lot of, but I've read like a volume of Kawamori, like the original Kamen Rider manga. Go Nagai, I think I have somewhere on I have a big collection downloaded somewhere of all of his work, all of anything that's scanlated. Uh, so I've never seen any of his original anime stuff. I mean, all I've seen are like the reinterpretations. Like I own Devilman Cry Lady, Devilman Lady, the original OVA with the weird glitching through the man animation mistake.
Let's go.
I have I've read I read his gag manga based on Devilman. What is it called? I Love You, Celine. What is it again? Who's the bird lady? Has anybody read that before?
Siren or Celine? I don't know.
There's a gag manga he made about Devilman Devilman, just the classic. I'm glitching.
I love that you keep calling it Devilman Cry Lady.
Yes.
Masaki Yuasa, hit us up. We have your next hit show.
I'm definitely not trying I'm definitely not trying to have a discussion and fix technical problems at the same time. Anyway, all I'm saying, what else? You all can get mad at me and be like, I don't want to be a podcast with a pervert before. I have seen all of the Kekko Kamen anime, but we don't need to go in on that. And,
I didn't even know Kekko Kamen had an anime.
Look, we're talking
it's got an anime, all right.
We're talking about Cutie Honey. We're deep in the pervert trenches here.
Oh, the Kekko Kamen makes Cutie Honey look like Minky Momo. So
God, yeah. I know about Kekko.
now, if I had suggested the live action Kekko Kamen movie, then you would have been like, I think this guy roped us into a.
Is there a live action Kekko Kamen movie?
Discotheque.
I'm pretty sure there is.
Discotheque put it out.
There is.
Damn.
I think they were like direct to video.
Yes.
Why didn't we watch that?
We were watching
It's not Toku enough.
Yeah, we're trying to get those Anno fan clicks because Anno fans famously care about the origin of Eva or where things came from, and definitely just don't make crass assumptions about everything. Any fixed mecha, by the way.
Kekko Kamen.
Yeah.
I am so out of my depth with
anyway,
this
we'll
one.
talk about Anno and stuff.
It's a good movie. We can talk about that stuff.
But
We'll post a crazy poster in the chat. Give me 1 second. Check this out.
All right.
Yeah.
I was looking up the Kekko Kamen movie. This is the latest one. It's insane that this is like the 2010s MCU poster treatment, but her ass and titties are just fully out.
Covered by the scarf.
Well, you know what the next movie suggestion is going to be, everybody. Get ready.
That's right. Kekko Kamen, baby.
Oh, man.
Go Nagai, he's on the list. He's a legend. I don't think I've even watched any of his mecha stuff or super robot stuff. I don't know.
I've always wanted to. Getter looks so cool.
My brother-in-law is a Getter Robo fanatic. He loves Mazinger, and Mazinger, Go Nagai is a co-creator of
Getter
Robo. When really it's the who's the guy who hates
Kenny
dinosaurs
Ishikawa.
again? Yeah, Kenny Ishikawa. He hates dinosaurs. He just can't freaking stand them.
Yeah, he's like my man Darwin Cook. They are the real enemy.
But yeah, so Hunter and Stix, do you have any Go Nagai? Well, Hunter, obviously you said you didn't. You're not.
Yeah, it's literally all I know about Go Nagai is that I have watched this movie and I've seen Devilman Crybaby, and I don't really like Crybaby that much. So that's where I end.
All right, I'll start with my Go Nagai experience. So I heard about, Crybaby was going to come out soon on Netflix. First, Netflix produced or funded or whatever the fuck anime. I was like, okay, let me read the Devilman manga. So literally the night before the anime premiered on Netflix, I just binged the whole manga on Manga Dex or something. I had the Queen Abu version of the Devilman theme song playing on YouTube in the background. I just binged the whole thing. It's an experience I will never forget. It made me a big fan. I loved it. I loved that manga, Devilman. And then I watched the Crybaby the morning after because it came out, and I mostly binged that. I thought it was good, but doing that right after reading the manga, I was like, but it wasn't as good as this part in the manga, or I don't like this change they made, or that sort of thing. So that's that. Surprisingly, I've never watched the Devilman OVAs, the one people love to meme about because of the dub. Surprisingly, eventually I will, because I love the animation and the art style and how it looks. So eventually I'll get to it.
Don't lie, you love that dub too. You love when people post those clips.
Okay, they're funny clips, but also I'm gonna watch it with Japanese for the first time, probably.
Just put one in.
I
Just do it in
promise.
stereo. You'll put the English in one ear and the Japanese.
One
in the
ear
other.
and the Japanese in
Oh
the
my
other ear.
God.
Brain melter.
Brain melter.
Okay.
I'll continue with my experience. Surprisingly, I haven't gone on to the Super Robot stuff, even though I've been meaning to, like Mazinger Z, the Impact, and all that stuff. Because
Yes.
a lot of the Mazinger anime for a big portion of its time has been the Toei animes, and people are very mixed on the old school Toei animes, and like, oh, they fucked over Dynamic Pro or something, or like, I don't know. And it's a big episode count, very Monster of the Weekish. And I was like,
Yep. You.
and I
you
think if
guys
you
hear-
need that context, if you want to like really appreciate the later stuff, that's like Mazinger the Impact or Mazen Kaiser or whatever. So, and I'm always like a release order guy, so that's what's always been stopping me from getting to Mazinger.
You guys heard it here first. The everyone in the What You Talk About podcast, we all hate going to guys' mecha shows. We will not watch them.
That's not true.
We will not go near them.
Not true.
They are not worth our time. They're too long.
Yeah.
We love the boobs, though.
Yeah.
We love boobs and demons. You heard it here, folks. We love demons.
You know
and
where our
boobs.
priorities lie.
Whenever I play a Super Robot Wars game, whenever a Go Nagai robot shows up, I eject my copy and throw it immediately in the garbage. How dare you subject
Just
me
shake
to
my
this?
head.
Spitting, like-
Shake my head the whole time.
What a
Make sure
nightmare.
you're like least trained units.
Hey, okay, so now speaking of mecha, now I guess we should talk about somehow the main character of the show. He comes up all the
Yeah, she's a mecha.
Hideki Anno, the Eva guy, the guy, you know, the pink lady, the Mari statues, our favorite Eva character.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Does anybody here? No. Oh, I feel so bad.
Iris, did you tell us about your Go Nagai experience?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay,
love
just making
Cutie
sure,
Honey
just making sure.
specifically. My broader Go Nagai experience is that I love Getter. I haven't seen any of his other shows. The Getter trio are amazing. One of my favorite videos online is. Have you guys seen the video that's the ending of Gundam War in the Pocket?
Yes,
when
and they
Bernie
run
is about
towards
to
the.
die,
Yes, I've
and
seen
then
that
they have
edit.
the Getter trio run up. That is the
edit.
funniest thing to me. And
Okay, I know what you're talking
only
about
funny
now.
if
That's
you know
tight.
who they are. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I speaking of Getter, I have read the whole manga. I've watched 2 of the 3 big OVAs, but I associate that more with Ken Ishikawa. I feel like that's more of his baby, so I try not to put it here.
Right.
But I haven't seen any of the Mazinger series, but I have a lot of respect for it. I think Go Nagai really led the charge in being like an unashamed pervert mangaka, as opposed to the ashamed pervert.
Which is a lot of mangaka, like, you know,
The
operate.
Tezuka mouse in the desk, are you talking about?
Yeah, like,
Well,
you
okay.
know.
There's a lot of pervert stuff in Tezuka stuff. You just gotta look around the edges. And then usually
Exactly.
it's usually met also with a lot of deep melancholy. But yeah, speaking of deep melancholy, now we will go. Do people have Anno feelings here?
I have watched 4 movies by him, and that's it.
Okay.
That's it. I am. You guys can take charge on this one.
All right, then. Who wants to start?
I'll start, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
I really like Hideaki Anno. I think he's one of the better directors of the 21st century. I think that Eva is unironically a masterpiece, despite, you know, a lot of people having their own weird feelings about
Bennett
it.
the Sage.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but totally. And I think that really the only problem that I have with Anno is that he's so good, but he still has this hang up that a lot of male directors have, where he just sucks at writing women,
Right.
which I will get into later with this show, but maybe not in the way that you're expecting.
Right.
Yeah. Eva was one of the first anime that I ever watched. My uncle showed it to me when I was like 13, which is probably the exact right age to watch it, even if it's not the age to understand it.
Hopefully, I can show my nephews Eva and be like, "Look at this garbage."
Yeah, exactly.
I'll ruin your life now.
And I don't know. I think that Anno is extremely talented, which is why my one gripe with him is so big.
Right.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I mean, I guess Stix, do you have anything you want to say about Anno?
Okay, my Anno takes, I guess. I'm on the same boat as Iris. I deeply respect Hideaki Anno as a director and as a creative. I really think just in general, like, I really like his vision. Like, I love his shot choices. Like, when you see a shot, it's like, oh, it's at this weird angle that, like, doesn't seem like the typical angle someone would shoot a scene from.
He has made playing toys into an art form.
He's a really intelligent. He's a really intelligent director. Like, he really knows how to like compose a shot.
Right.
In all of his work.
And then of course, like, my first experience with him was with Ava. I watched that when I was like 15 or something like that. So like, or 16, like that perfect age to watch Ava, I would say. I of course watched the rebuilds. I've watched all the Shin movies. I've mostly watched Love and Pop. I've mostly watched Ritual. And when I say mostly watch, I mean Discord watches, which barely count, I feel. Because a lot of that, you like you join in the middle of it, or like 20 minutes in, and you're talking over it with people. But I could say that I have experience with those films, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I have my criticisms of him and how, starting with this movie, but this movie generally avoids it. He puts, I don't know how to put this, but like, his fanboyism kind of gets in the way of some things. Of like actually doing a good movie. Like Shin Godzilla, somehow he avoided that. Somehow, but like with Shin Ultraman, which I love, Shin Kamen Rider, I still love despite having hangups. There's still like parts of it. It's like, this isn't at what it could have been when I watch it. Like, it could have been more. Is how I feel.
Yeah.
But generally, I respect him as a director. That's it. He's
such an interesting figure because he's become, one of the totemic anime guy. Like, he's one of the anime directors people can name off the top. You got the Miyazaki people on the top. You have yourselves, Takahata. Even though, do people know Takahata, or is that just Ghibli?
That's an anime fan thing. It's an anime fan thing.
I know Takahata, and I think
I know Takahata.
People always look at me like I am crazy when I'm like, I prefer Takahata's work to Miyazaki's.
Wow.
Actually, like, yeah, they don't like it. They don't understand it.
Your whimsyless ass can't handle the flying scenes. You're like, keep your feet down on the ground, bud. No, and then
play Country Roads again.
But I like and then Oshii, and I think Anno's gone up there. And people, it's weird as it is to say, I think people have gotten a weird amount of respect for him because he does live action too, so he's in the good directors list or whatever. Whatever you want.
Yeah,
to
like
say about people.
Oshii and Anno are those types of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird because I feel like he's such a totemic figure, and especially like I was thinking about this in a car ride today, which is where I get all my best thinking. It is very funny if you think of the number one source of like toku appreciation for Americans. I wonder where like Anno is for validating some of that. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's mostly going to be people who grew up watching Power Rangers and going, "Oh, there's more of it from overseas. Oh, there's other franchises that look and feel like this." But I'm like, I feel like I learn more about like Toku and like its importance in Japanese culture from people talking about like Eva. And Eva's not even in like my favorite mecha and or sci-fi anime. Like I was more of a Giant Robo fan or I don't know. So, I do love End of Eva, but it's just so funny. He's such a totemic figure. And then I really did like the Shin project overall. I think I loved all the movies. I was a huge fan of Shin Godzilla. I did not catch the re-release. Bummer.
Re-release was good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
And then
better
I did
script.
see it. I did see it in the theaters twice when it came out the first time. So that covers it, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I really enjoyed Ultraman, but I love Kamen Rider when it dropped on Amazon. Where I stand on it now, and reading people's criticisms, I wonder. Part of me is like, do I ever want to watch Shin Kamen Rider again? Because for me, that movie is about like how the heroic spirit of Kamen Rider will never die. Now I kind of know more of the stuff on the fringes that are a little bit like about it, but it's still he made some interesting choices, and I really like the vibe of that movie, which is very different than this one. I don't know. But also, there's so much in relation to it. When I was watching this movie, I'm like, so many of the ideas that would go into that were already here. Here, I thought this was such a wholly original vision. Well, obviously, it's not wholly original, but it's a reinterpretation of a 60s show. Like, oh, he already did it. But then again, with this movie, there was so much Eva stuff in this, too, that I wasn't expecting. Like, legitimately, like, this is insane, but, like, there's a whole plot thread that he kind of ditched in Eva that I felt like he explored a bit more in this. But I might go to Iris's criticisms of it. Well, should I? Yeah, so anyway, this is the Cutie Honey movie. Anno's, first big live-action Toku thing that wasn't specifically... Yeah, not like his little fan film that got him on the map in college or something. This is like, he was given a budget... He was told to make, a movie based on a popular franchise that's, prestigious among anime fans. It is a little bit of a what the fuck moment when it's like, why not an original work? Like, why immediately to a an old manga or something? But like, when I think about the themes that he focused in on this movie and what he was going for and how it ties back to Eva and stuff he was looking at in there, I'm like, I get it. I kind of get it, but I guess the basic question is, did we all enjoy it? Did we all like it?
Yes.
I love this movie.
Love it.
Okay. Do we want to do... I guess I should have asked this before. Do we want to go through the beat-by-beat plot synopsis, or are we just having a conversation about it?
I mean, I think it would be worthwhile to go through the beat-by-beat plot synopsis, but my argument is also doing that doesn't take that long. Like, it's not a hard movie to go through.
No, it's 90 minutes. It's pretty...
Very simple.
It's set... I mean, the first 15 minutes are the action set piece. Honey is just like your average everyday girl doing... having a bath. Running naked through the streets. Just living life.
Yeah, that's how the movie opens up.
That's how girls hang out, yeah. And just being a Japanese, in this one, she's been aged up from a high schooler to a 20-something for...
Okay, we're going to get to my first note, actually, which is, I feel like, for this movie, and anyone can correct me if they're wrong, this is like an insane theory. This isn't real. I want to be clear. This isn't real.
Okay.
I feel like Anno based her off of Britney Spears a little bit. Like, did anyone else get that vibe?
No.
Like,
I get a little bit. I can see it with
of
the fashion.
Yeah.
I can see it with the fashion.
The fashion, for sure.
I get a lot of it specifically from the like Panther Claw intro that gets sung. Feels very Britney to me. Like, it has this like 2000s American girl pop thing.
The ballad,
going on.
the lady with the feather.
Well, there's a moment.
Oh wait, when they're introducing Sister Jill, you mean?
Yeah. The Sister Jill intro.
There's a moment later in the movie that like really made me think of that.
I was gonna say, there's also the musical number later in the movie, which feels very Britney to me.
That was just a music video.
Yeah,
like they just slotted that in.
I feel like my first theory is that Anno saw, like, Britney was super popular in the early 2000s for being this like crazy risque pop star. Like, she was known for being pretty nude.
Right.
And I feel like there was a little bit of like, oh man, like pop girl, Cutie Honey's also naked a lot of the time. Like maybe I mash these things together. Anyways, that is to say that like I think the way that Honey's image changes in this is that she's very she goes from being like if you've seen the original Go Nagai manga or show, she's very like the bit is that she's like a very innocent girl who is naked all of the time because of how her power works. She's a little bit more flirty and a little bit more like she owns it a little bit more in both this and Cutie Honey. So like that's why I'm saying she's like Britney to me.
I mean, the original premise of Cutie Honey is like, what if there was a magical girl, but the transformation was a little bit more, you know what, you guys saw a little bit more during that transformation. Am I right, fellas? And now, they aged her up to her 20s because I'm assuming people didn't want to go to the theaters and walk out the regular Cutie Honey premise. I guess they didn't care, though. But anyway, so they aged her up a bit. I definitely, I don't know if it's Britney Spears specifically, because there's always been the it girl, but for this, it does feel like that would have been the girl at the moment, Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Or just like the pop star who would show up or do anything. Yeah. And the song has ballads, it has an opening theme. It goes kind of crazy.
Kumikoda definitely helps give those vibes of like the pop diva music sound to it, because of the insert songs and of course the opening song, which is a version of the original opening.
So I have a question about that opening.
Yeah.
Why is it the Cutie Honey opening?
It was made before Cutie Honey. Yeah.
It was literally made beforehand. Cutie Honey was like, by the way, you want more Cutie Honey? We made 3 episodes. And it includes Anno's lesbian OC.
Okay, so they just reused the opening for the OVA series.
Yes.
The OVA actually, for the OVA series, the opening has a couple more shots inserted into it. It's like they added more into it. But that opening was animated by Gainax, and they just recycle it for Cutie Honey.
Okay. I was like confused about for a second when it just like popped up.
Yeah,
makes sense.
I had no idea that was going to show up. I don't even know when. So they Cutie Honey came out after.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a bonus.
Same year, but came after.
They revved up the, what do you say? Like they revved up the production process when they, maybe this movie, did anybody check if this movie was a hit or not, or just like
no, it was not a hit.
Not a hit.
Well, yeah,
but the song was a hit. The song made Kumikoda more popular.
Really?
So,
okay.
Yeah, it broke the production company. I think, or like it was like a contributing factor.
Oh god,
of it.
It was their last film. The production company, Tawani.
Well, listen. If you were gonna bet on anything, bet on a half-naked woman running through the streets, which is how the movie begins. Her uncle is kidnapped by Panther Claw.
Yep.
The evil organization. That's probably a specific parody of like insert evil toku group. Panther. Mm. I mean, even Kekko Kamen has the parody of the first Kamen Rider villain where like was
Shocker.
It like Shocker and the Devil's Claw. What was it? The Devil's Finger, and said in Kekko Kamen was the Devil's Toenail. Anyway,
I don't think there's anything about a finger. In
there's something about. I swear to God, it's a parody. Anyway. We don't need to go in on my half-baked memory of Showa Kamen Rider. But basically, Panther Claw is just your generic goons. There's an early fight scene.
No, they're not. They're not quite generic.
Yeah,
they are your typical like Kamen Rider armored villains who are themed after animals, except they are all women. And this is important.
Yes.
They are all women.
Yes. And then what? And okay, when I said the generic goons, I meant the generic goons.
Soldiers.
Can we talk about? Sorry, the goons do have swag in this.
The goons are.
They
good.
all look like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
They're all sharply dressed. They look great.
They also are great at disguise. This is a movie about disguises and disguising yourself, because every character at one point has a funny ripping off their disguise moment, and it's always funny.
Mm-hmm.
But so you have the Panther Claw main baddies, who are some lovely ladies who are very strong and evil. Unequivocally evil, right? Would you say?
Oh yeah. They're evil.
Also, apparently
Yes.
having weird parallels with Cutie Honey and her moral problems or whatever. Anyway, and then you have and so the opening scene is an action set piece between Golden Claw and Cutie Honey, right? Where it also introduces I forgot her name. I should have written it down. Natsuko, yes.
Yeah.
I wrote down the names.
I'm gonna interject here for 1 second and say, common misconception I hear amongst people who like new Cutie Honey. Natsuko is actually a character in the original Cutie Honey manga. She is just a completely different character.
Right.
In the original Cutie Honey manga, she is Honey's roommate at the all-girls school that they go to, and she is like she is literally like the roommate character that you get in any shoujo. She has like brown hair with pigtails. She's stupid. She gets kidnapped a lot,
Right.
etc. Making her a gun-loving dyke policewoman is Anno reinventing that character from the ground up, which is weird.
It's very interesting. It's almost like there was a quota he had to meet. Like, you need to have the entire cast of characters in here. And he was like, okay, well, now it's a completely different person. Now it's about a woman discovering the joys of friendship, I guess. I don't know. Or the joys of life, joie de vivre.
That's what we're calling it.
Yeah, so that's one thing she gets really into. But they have this action scene. Honey rescues her uncle, because, I love any films that feature strong uncle components, the power of uncle love.
Uncle rep.
Yeah,
we're uncle lovers on this podcast.
Unks are spitting love out here, because a lot of this movie is about the power of uncle love. So Cutie Honey saves her uncle, but then the next day, almost like it is just a gag, right? She wakes up and finds out her uncle just got kidnapped off screen. Like, oops. Oopsie doodle.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, the cops are supposed to protect her. And then we learn more about Cutie, that she's she's just like an office temp, low level.
Basically.
Yeah. And, it's supposed to contradict that by day she's a nobody loser, but by night she's a, action hero. Isn't that crazy? And so, so what's funny about this movie is that I think for that first action scene, that's like, there are two major action scenes throughout the entire movie.
There's like a little bit of action because like the Cobalt Claw bit, but there's like
that's more horror inspired.
I'm gonna also say that which Panther Claw is she? Dance Claw. What's
the Red Claw?
Scarlet Claw.
Scarlet Claw's bit is action, even if it's not like a direct confrontation.
Right.
There's a lot of set piece stuff there.
Maybe it was the 2000s and the CG was expensive, so you're just supposed to be wowed. They got that in this corny. Because they basically just did the Link to the Past final boss fight where they redirected lasers at each other. But I liked it. It was good. But
I think part of it was that it felt like Anno wanted to more explore like the characters rather than just have a bunch of
action
fight
scenes back.
And it makes I would argue it makes the action set pieces like stand out more.
Oh yeah,
because of that.
I'm mixed on it because I felt like I just would have liked one more. Just because the two that are so fun, having the action bookend the movie, I felt was like, oh man, I would have liked more. But it's better to want more than to get something uninspired in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And having the boss gauntlet at the end was a little bit. I just like it spread out. But it's kind of your anime brain. Like you're like, oh, I want things spread out.
I want more goons.
Yeah,
I want more goons in my movies.
I mean, I did not goon during this movie, but I would have
You
liked
can-
more goons during this movie. Okay.
If you want a full fight scene for each of the Panther Claws, just watch Cutie, honey.
I know. I'm obviously that is the product, and ultimately we're here for the characters and the plot. And so you have that first action scene where it's all like the cheesecakey stuff, the action, and then you have this middle part, which is more. It's such an interesting thing because, like I've said to everybody I've told to watch this movie, I walked into this thinking this is Anno letting loose. He's going cuckoo bananas with it. He's gonna get horny and crazy, and instead,
you told everyone on the last podcast that this was going to be the horniest movie, and then it's not that.
It's not really.
Not at all.
Really.
It's
It's maybe, but
it's
not really.
It's a Pinocchio robot girl. I want to be a real girl movie. I guess I can go into it. I was like, oh my god, this is how he went. There's the famous quote where he's like, I forgot who Rei Ayanami was as I was making the show. The famous quote? This is like him kind of going back and making the Rei Ayanami movie, warts and all. Because it's literally a movie about a fake girl. By the way, she's an android who got recreated by a family member who lost a loved one and created a being in her image. And that's just sorry, Hunter. Spoiler alert. That's just what Gendo Ikari did with Shinji's mom.
Damn, that's crazy.
And she just, so it's just him coming back to the Rey plot, but almost like obviously, if you want to go in on an Iris, how it doesn't work or how it does work, it's him like, well, maybe I should try and explore more of this theme I basically abandoned in Eva, of just like a girl with no identity who has been let into the world and has to find her own path. Whereas I think in Eva, Rey is met with, people not caring about her, or like Shinji is the best she gets, and even Shinji is not. You're not supposed to be like.
He's got his own issues.
I wouldn't put a lot of faith into Shinji as a reliable support structure. But in this one, she gets a group of people who seem to care about her, who have a healthy relationship about her, and she's able to learn about the power of love and connections, and is able to feel that love that she never got from a weird father figure.
And can I just cut in and say, we're talking about the real power too. This is very much about how it makes her happy as a person. There isn't a magic. There's some robot fighting stuff, but when it comes to the power of love, a lot of it is just about how it makes her feel good and like a person to express these feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just found it so interesting that I was watching this and this motherfucker, he just made more Eva shit, but he wrapped it in a horny shell to get people to go to the theater. I was very blown away. It was not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah, I mean, Seiji is there to.
Yeah.
He's there to represent
down.
He's
He's
guys.
like PG Seiji. He's
Yeah.
very PG.
They his creep factor is maybe Urkel level by the end. Oh, you have photos of her in a cowboy costume, which is actually kind of a funny gag. It is creepy. It's not good, fellas. Don't do that. But I was expecting worse energy, especially after
boy journalist. I just want to get to know you guys more. Haha. But it's not anime pervert like it would be in other Cutie Honey stuff.
Oh yeah,
Close. Yeah. It's very close. I remember
not even like he is in Cutie Honey, really.
Yes.
Yeah, not even Cutie Honey. Bro wants to fucking Cutie Honey.
Yeah. But then do you want to go over the ending of the movie, the beam clash and everything?
Yeah, sure. We could talk it.
I'm kind of holding off on my my women talk until we finish our recap.
So the middle half of the movie is this this story of this girl trying to figure out her identity, trying to explore this world that she doesn't know. It's a Pinocchio story. No, it's not about Italian fascism. It's the weird. I don't know. Everybody says a Pinocchio story, but does the original Disney movie count? Because they're not talking about the book, because nobody's ever read the book.
I mean, unless you're Guillermo del Toro. But,
Yes. Sorry, I don't mean to go Disney adult Pinocchio talk here, but anyway, just robot trying to find identity story, and then you have the ending where she takes on the individual members of Panther Claw. Golden Claw gets killed off on screen, but in a gag, which is very funny.
Yeah.
Very unexpected.
great.
I was like, and then I think there's like a horror scene with Cobalt Claw where she gets killed off by Cutie Honey, and the scene that's supposed to be like, oh, Cutie can either be a weapon or she could be an ally of justice, an ally of love. It's love, everybody. It's love.
Yeah,
But,
like she's learning that revenge just kind of makes you just feel
right.
awful.
Bad. Yeah.
Like she would prefer to just like, I think she said it in the movie because Natsuko is saying, like, Honey says, if that's what revenge feels like, it feels awful. And Natsuko says, loving someone can feel awful too. And she said, if they're the same thing, I would rather love someone.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so
Which is good. That was a
Good.
very good scene.
yeah. So sorry, I'm trying to get through this plot point because I keep getting distracted. Anyway,
There you
so she defeats Scarlet Claw through doing the, as I said earlier, the Link to the Past final boss beam exchange. Sorry, I just realized we have the beam poster in the chat. There are beams in this.
I'm
movie.
right here.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
also she's going to save her uncle, save the world and her uncle from a giant tree that grows out of or a giant drill.
Tokyo Tower.
Yeah.
Sometimes your uncle is your world.
Yes.
Hey, I'm sorry. I know you're trying to get through it, but I just have one question about this uncle guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does this motherfucker say a single word in the movie?
No.
It's not important.
I swear to God, I cannot remember. I don't even think he opened his mouth in the
Nielsen.
entire runtime.
He's just kind of exists. It's more
I don't
about
even know,
her
like,
dad. It's not really a thing about her uncle. It's more about her dead dad.
Right,
really.
right.
Is he even ever said by name? I swear to God, I can only
It's
remember them
Uncle
saying,
Azuki,
"Oh,
right?
it's my uncle." Oh, there's the doctor.
Yeah, Uncle
Like-
Azuki, right?
Yeah.
Also, I guess it's Tezuka. I was trying to wonder, like, where did all these like doctor invents child loved one, but it's just Astro Boy, and that leads into Mega
Every
Man.
time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
every
Astro Boy.
time.
Patient Zero.
Yeah, but anyway,
Okay, sorry, continue. I kept thinking about that damn uncle.
yes, we always have uncles on the mind. So then she goes in, defeats Scarlet Claw. Scarlet Claw runs
Black
for
Claw.
mercy. Black Claw kills them. Has maybe the sweetest, one of the like most badass character intros in the movie. Just seeing it jamming out. Cutie Honey kills her, Black Claw, through a very elaborate cameo-filled fight sequence, and then Cutie Honey comes in to find that Natsuko has been kidnapped by
Sister Jill.
Mr.
butler.
The butler, Mr. Jill.
In exchange for the uncle.
Yes, in exchange for the
Yeah.
uncle. Cutie Honey is going to be sacrificed. She is powered by the I engine, by the way, which is her, nanotechnology? That Sister Jill wants?
Nanotechnology, yeah.
It's the imagination
Nanomachines,
drive, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think Sister Jill's some weird plant creature, and she wants the amount of fuel that Sister Jill, who's the main bad guy, her main fuel source is the beauty of young women, which
Yes.
is yes, and she needs to absorb young women's vitality. But she's like, oh, if I can absorb Cutie Honey, I will be powerful
It'll
forever.
be eternal. Yeah.
And then as she absorbs Cutie Honey, Honey realizes the power of love. Or it's like connections. It's like, the inverse of Eva, where she learns the power of connections and why we want to form relationships. And that taints Sister Jill's DNA, I guess, with the want for love. And
Look.
Well,
look, Russ, I'm gonna interrupt right here. Honey literally comes of age and becomes a woman instead of a young girl, which is how she
Yes.
defeats Sister Jill.
yes,
Well, Natsuko shooting her in the neck helped too.
yes,
That is
Yeah, it's like
part of
activate to
becoming a woman.
activate the love.
it's the truth bullet. And
It's the
so,
truth bullet.
yeah,
So
so
they hit. I can't talk about that. Look at this
don't date the podcast. Don't date the podcast. It should be
I'm gonna
timeless.
take the podcast.
No, I don't care about the other stuff. I just don't want the podcast to be dated. Anyway, so anyway. Anyway. So anyway, continuing on. So Cutie Honey, she now has, and I know, listen, it was 2004. You can get away with this. She has found family now. And And then
she's her girlfriend, for
Yeah.
fuck's sake. Russ, you can just say it.
Look, they got away with it in the OVA. They weren't able to get away with it
Maybe-
here because they had to self-censor. They had to
Maybe-
self-censor
okay.
because of the
They
production
have a
committee.
sleepover, you fucking heathens.
No, I'm just saying, I never felt like the love connection in this one, just because the OVA is so explicit that I'm like, well, I guess it's not. If it's not as explicit as that, it can't be the same. But you know what? It is canon. They're
Well,
girlfriends
it's because
in
they
this
had
show.
to self-censor because of the sponsors
Yes.
for this
The
movie.
the OVA came out afterwards, and they had to make it more explicit.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into this. Finish
Yeah.
talking about the movie. I'm holding
Hey,
myself back.
listen. When Anno was getting yelled at for making them lesbians, he was like, "Could you have warned a brother?" So anyway, let's continue. Now we're gonna do the compliment sandwich. We got the good, the bad, and then a mysterious third segment. What did we all like about it? Did we enjoy it?
I think the
I think we already said
effects.
that like 3 times.
I think the effects are wonderful, and anyone who says otherwise hates women.
Yeah.
Oh my
exactly.
god.
So true.
The matte composites are so awesome.
They're so fun. That looks so cool. Like
Right down to the first fight when she throws Golden Claw into the ocean, and it's just a still image of the ocean.
Yes.
with Gold Claw superimposed, like
great. Speaking on that fight scene too, great use of dummies when Honey is just beating the shit out of the goons. The goons, and they're just throwing up action figures into the air. I loved that.
That was amazing.
The one
It
that
was
they
so
just
good.
show hitting the plain blue backdrop is so funny.
There is.
I'm also going to talk about the part where Honey farts, but we'll that's the non-special effects. That was real to me.
It was very funny, and I know it was a lot of him leaning on his animation staff, but Anno was very focused on like end of Eva and the latter, pre-money losing Eva, of trying to make a realistic robot quotations robot show, and the way and trying to create things as realistic as possible. And then immediately when he jumps to live action, he's like, "Oh, look at it! I have non-linear editing technology. I have digital. I could do digital effects. I'm immediately going to try to make this look as fake and hokey as the crap I liked as a kid." Like he has all this like new technology, and he's immediately like, "I want to make this look as fake and as goofy as my beloved Kamen Rider as a child." You know what I mean?
It's so cool. It adds so much character to the movie. Like honestly, like it really does feel like personal.
Yeah,
you can like it's hit like you could tell like, oh yeah, that was his idea. No one else told him to do that.
We have been talking about how much this man loves Toku.
Yeah.
And I think that it's important to talk about when somebody really loves Tokusatsu. It doesn't matter if the special effects are like cheesy or not. It's important that they look like that because that's what they look like. Like it's like we were talking
part of the genre
with Star Trek, and like a thing that's consistent across a lot of Star Trek is that like every time anyone uses the transporter, they disappear in like a bunch of glitter. And
I mean, Iris, you're
like
beloved.
It's always twinkly and it always makes a funny noise. And like that's been consistent in every Star Trek, even the dog shit new ones.
yeah. I was just gonna say your beloved Ultra Q that you recommended because you loved it so much.
yeah.
I mean, Subaraya. How many times did we read the trivia? Was he just inserted the special effect not because it looked good, but because it was entertaining? Because it was just funny to look at. Which is like part of the fun of Toku is like, and why we on the first episode why we were attracted to it in the first place is just like people just trying to figure out shit, and sometimes they didn't choose the best result; they chose the most entertaining result.
Makes it more memorable.
It is like there is an understanding that sometimes the thing that jumps out at the viewer the most is not the special effect that looks seamless and good, but the special effect that makes you stand out of your seat and go, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, and you remember, it's like everyone remembers the Godzilla dropkick where he slides on his tail.
Yeah.
Like
classic.
Everyone know, even if you haven't seen Godzilla, everyone knows that, and it's very silly, and everyone knows it's silly. But if you ask someone like, "Hey, do you know who Godzilla is?" they will immediately know who Godzilla is. They will think of 3 things, and that's one of them. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
I had another question, but Hunter, please, you can go off, King.
Oh, I don't know. Like, for my first, I guess, like, go around with Cutie Honey as as a franchise, this is a great introduction.
Yes.
This is like this is a wonderful movie. I really can't. I know I haven't been talking a whole lot, but like this movie's fantastic. Like,
yeah, that's awesome to hear.
It is so much fun. Just to go through. It does not overstay its welcome at all. Every character's likable.
Well, actually,
I think
really
every
tightly.
character's.
Yeah, every character's likable. I was gonna say really tightly paced too.
Yeah. Nothing feels like filler.
I was gonna ask. Speaking of the likable characters, it is so difficult being a Westerner sometimes, and I think it's a lot easier like watching something like Parasite, where we can judge a lot more about the subtleties and nuances in acting for another culture, whereas sometimes we don't know what like over the top is there, and like what is the do you know what I mean? I try my best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And
yeah.
clearly these people are playing cartoon characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
To me,
Well,
though,
100%.
I thought Cutie did a great job. I thought Natsuko did a great job. Seiji gets lost in some scenes.
He's just a guy.
Yeah, he gets lost. But
Really.
for the Cutie Honey movie about a woman and her beautiful girlfriend, they're the ones who kill it. And I mean, even the scene where she braids or Natsuko braids Honey's hair.
Cutie's hair.
Yeah. It's very sweet, and I'm like, I like that Anno. This was not straight cartoon. Well, it's like he finds moments of pathos inside of the cartoon. I thought the cast did a good job. I really liked that part.
Yeah.
Those parts. So when I complained earlier about there not being enough action scenes, I would rather have lots of these small scenes between characters than just having another random action scene. I just wish I could have both. I wish I could have had
both.
ketchup
Both
and
cakes.
mustard.
Yeah.
To explain to an American on a hamburger, I wish I had ketchup and mustard. Thank you.
You actually reminded me the one trivia fact I know about this movie. Eriko Sato, the actress that plays Cutie Honey in this movie, she went on to be an Ultraman actress.
Yeah.
She was in Ultraman Arc as the secondary antagonist.
Oh shit! She was that lady.
Yeah, that was her. I was surprised when I looked it up.
I'm gonna drop another fact about her, which is that before she was Cutie Honey, she was a gravure idol. She was professionally in her underwear. So I think it makes sense that we're gonna cast her as the girl who's in her underwear all the time. But also I think it lets her exude a lot of charm when it comes to the more risque jokes.
Right.
That I think is I think it's worth noting that her ability to parlay that into a kind of flirty innocence as opposed to lechy old man gazy shit is really important, and it captures a lot about the character.
Yeah.
It could very easily be ogle mode. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're still supposed to ogle her, but she feels like she has a lot of
awareness of herself.
She is good at being nude in a fun and flirty way, which is a talent.
Yeah. It's a bringing in versus a creeping her out. What was it? Sorry, weird comparison. I think the last DOA volleyball game, I think it was VR mode, had a special mode where you could harass girls. Whereas the game was always up to that point where oh, we're having fun on the beach, and it was the first time you could bother them, and it was this suddenly makes the series a lot less Already
Fun.
a series you look weird walking out of. Now even among the perverts is a little bit like, okay, do we really need a mode where you're like, like, snapping their bikini strap or something? So
No.
I know. So it's that kind of fun 2000s cheesecake, and if people aren't into it, I totally respect that. If people are like, this is perversity, well, listen, it's a story of
Like
love.
the thing is,
so-
like this movie's so tame is the thing. Like
That's true.
I get
Yeah.
like it's street like.
It's
I know
cheeky.
I'm taking from the Japanese like Wikipedia page, but they literally like to like get this movie underway and like get sponsors. Like a TV station became one of the sponsors,
Oh yeah.
so they had to self-censor because of that, and it's probably why the OVA afterwards, which doesn't have to give a shit about that, was able to go full throw with nudity and lesbianism and all
Violence
that.
and murder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because the violence in this movie isn't very graphic. It's very cartoon violence.
No,
most of the
I
time.
don't even think there's. I don't think there's a drop of blood in this movie.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
maybe I don't know. It's
So,
like,
And
yeah.
honestly,
it's
honestly,
very
I think-
PG-13 is what I'm trying to get at. It's
yeah,
extremely
honestly, I
PG-13.
think if there was more violence in this specific movie, I think it would feel out of place
yeah, for sure.
to me.
Yes.
Uh,
I'm just gonna say this. God, you can all throw rocks at me, and I'll edit this out if you don't like it. But since we're still in the good section, and I just really like the sci-fi themes of it, and I don't want. Okay, now I feel bad bringing this up, but like I was watching it, and I did think about like, oh, they took a classic comic book and used it to explore interesting sci-fi themes. I wish we did this more in America. You know what I mean?
what's-
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I do. Oh
You know,
my
I'm trying
God.
not to say the MCU word, but like having going back, I'm comparing it. I compared it in my head with the Fantastic Four first steps as being like the retro thing, trying to go for a vibe. I don't know. I just found that.
Mm.
Anyway,
All right.
am I being too?
Can I personally start gushing about the movie because I
Yeah,
have
of
a lot of
course.
thoughts. All right, so of course we were talking about like it's okay. Let's get it out of the way. It's very earnest, which as we know with Tokusatsu is a big plus when it is the case.
Makes it
It's
feel
very
authentic.
very candy colored, very saturated in its colors, which I thought of course fit the movie. And what some of the vibes I got a lot of the time was making me realize like it's kind of giving me Austin Powers vibes, like early 2000s Austin Powers in a sense.
Yes, actually, true.
Like in terms of like costuming and like the like the ba 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 da ba ba da ba,
Yes,
that kind of deal.
a lot of Powerpuff Girls too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Powerpuff. So that, of course, I just love that kind of stuff. Honeymation, the technique they did, which is to take a bunch of stills of characters and like posing, like go frame by frame to match animation they already did, and then superimpose those stills on top of that animation to create those sequences where it looked like they were like stop motion but looked anime in a sense. It was more early on in the first set piece, which I think is a great more things should you do that. I don't like this is a great this is what I think about the special effects. Y'all were talking about like, oh, they went for the more entertaining thing. What I really like about Tokusatsu is that they go for ambition first over it looking good.
Right.
Like like how in say like, oh, Birdemic has crappy special effects, but that always comes off as less, oh, they really tried, but more like, lol, special effects, lol, we need to get this finished. This, it's like, yeah, it may look a little like creaky, but like you could tell they put like they put love into it. Is how, if I want to say it, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Stix, I want you to know that no other human being on planet Earth has ever compared Birdemic to Cutie Honey 2004.
Well, what I mean by that is just give you an example of bad special effects, negative, quote unquote bad special effects positive is what I'm trying to say.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
It's just that funny thing of like you're saying that they're going for something you have never seen before, whereas like a lot of bad special effects are like, okay, we're trying to recreate whatever is popular in Hollywood right now, but on a smaller budget and failing.
Like we can tell you can't do it. Whereas with this, we're like, I've never seen anyone do that before.
I legit have never. When that first started happening, I did have like, is my file fucking up? Did I download something where like the bit rate got crunchy at some point? No, it just looks looks
Nope.
crazy.
Yeah, the claws, I love all of them. Golden Claw just overacting as fuck. The Cobalt Claw with the hands coming out of the back, which of course they did again with Shin Kamen Rider with the
That looked
spider
great.
the spider guy. That looks great, of course. Oh man, just the Black Claw with the theatrics, very like a lot of what I could tell about this movie is like it's very stage play at points, which I really
Right.
like, especially with Sister Jill
Yeah.
and Black Claw, where both of them are male actors, but with under a lot of makeup and like special effects, and that gave me a lot of like theater vibes in that sense. It gave me very like I want to say campy performances, but also like a lot of like passion behind it, which I really like.
Theatrical, I guess.
Theatrical, yeah, it's very theatrical. Like he's giving speeches about like beauty and like power and like without power you're nothing. Talking about light and dark, Black Claw, and then Sister Jill's talking about like living for eternity and being superior to humans and why can't you just join me, honey? And it's like there's like a very like Sister Jill isn't like very like overtly antagonistic. It's more like a melancholic like I'm going to die sort of deal with her. So I don't know. I love all of that.
She does eat like 50 girls at one point in the movie.
Okay,
There
but
are-
like the tone of like the delivery of the lines and the lines said is like almost kind of like washing over that in a sense, despite that being what she's doing to like stay alive and not be a husk.
There is some
plant
great
husk.
shots in this movie where they're offering the four claws are offering their sacrifices to Sister Jill, and it is the most 2000s era like the most 2000s
Pull up the
ass
orb.
era. Yeah, orbs of like here are 3,000 girls, here's 10,000 guns. It's like what is it, Partridge in a Pear Tree shit.
Yeah. Oh my god, the
It's
lighting in
Partridge in
that
a Pear
layer,
Tree
that
shit.
layers
Yes.
look so fucking good.
It was
their
very
layer.
Spy Kids to me. I'm sorry to say. I was like, this
This
feels
whole
like
movie is Spy Kids. Spy Kids
The-
is also Tokusatsu.
Tatsu, yes.
Yes.
Positive.
The apostles giving their gifts to Jesus looked
Yeah.
like that.
Toku
Oh man,
Jesus.
the lighting in that layer is amazing. Just the
It's-
colored
oh, man.
lights.
We're gonna
When
wait
it's
on.
like themed around each claw. Oh my
We're
god.
not doing Bible Man till a later series, okay? We gotta get through
Okay.
our next series first, okay? I know we're all biting at
Yeah.
the champing at the bit for it, but please calm down. Okay.
Oh man, yeah, I could just
I-
gush about this movie visually and like the themes and everything.
To-
I will say one of the things I love about the lighting of the layer, and I talked about this a little bit before, it looks very music video to me.
Yes.
Like a positive way. Like it doesn't look like other Heisei era tokusatsu did before it. And I think
Right.
there's a lot of stuff that takes cues from the like villainous layer design and other stuff that comes afterwards. I'm thinking about like Kamen Rider
Yeah.
Decade actually has a lot of Cutie Honey 2004 in it. But like all of those sets to me, they look very like music video, like fake stage with fake spotlights in a positive way.
In a positive way, yeah.
Yeah.
Even outside, like all the outside shots have like that same kind of like soft lighting a lot of 2000s music videos had.
yes.
A note about what this was shot on. So this was shot on one of those early HD digital cameras that was used for like Attack of the Clones and stuff like that.
Yes.
No, I'm serious. It was the same type of camera.
Anybody else get
it's the
Dexter
same-
Jetster vibes from this? Just me? Okay.
Shut up. It's the same kind of camera they had. It was like Kamen Rider Agito Prodigy 4, which fun fact is the first theatrical movie to ever be shot with that system before even Attack of the Clones.
Nice.
Ooh.
Really?
So yeah, and then that was the main camera, and they had a secondary camera, which is a standard digital camera for like more like action stuff, I guess, like more like that sort of deal. And then they had a third camera, 35 millimeter film for special effects shots. So they were really thinking about this to like really create the look of this movie. So I think that's why the Blu-ray came out pretty well, I think.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I mean, it has a soft look, which again, it's because of the main camera being a an old digital HD camera they used for those early Hollywood digital movies, but you know.
No, I think it aged by going with the whole it's the past and also weirdly the present, and so now it's just two old decades. Now it's two aesthetics combined together that are
Mine, yeah.
yeah, early 2000s like Y2K core mixed with very, with like what 70s aesthetics. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was
Okay.
great.
Are we still in the positivity zone, or do we need to go? Are we?
I mean, I could talk about how this movie made me cry.
Whoa!
I want to cut in and talk about my stuff. We have a limited amount of time.
Right. Okay. Let's start with your stuff.
I've been holding myself back, so I want to talk about Anno and Anno's problems writing women and Anno's strengths with writing women.
Yeah,
I think that one of the things that really highlights Hideaki Anno as a tokusatsu fanboy is that he is really interested in like digging deep into the into a grounded emotional world that exists alongside the like massive scale and big fanciful bullshit of like his favorite nerd crap, right? Like he is really interested in the feelings that people are having in the middle of this other stuff. And I think that's why Eva is the classic that it is. Like so much of that show is about like
feeling.
How do people feel while they're how would a kid feel if instead of choosing to pilot a mech, they were chosen to pilot a mech? Right. Like that's a big thing in Eva. And I think that when Anno does it, it can be really hit or miss. And I think Cutie Honey is this great example of him just hitting a home run. I think that everyone I have shown this movie to is really surprised in a good way by how much of the movie is this like really earnest effort to talk about young girls becoming women.
Right.
And I think that there is this really impressive feat that is pulled off where no matter how much cheesecake we get, the stuff that is about like a young girl who wants to be a woman and wants this like certain level of responsibility and agency in her life that she is being denied by the people around her is really beautiful. I mean, I think that there have been a lot of very fair criticisms of like the Rei and Asuka characters in Eva, and I think that in Cutie Honey we get to see kind of the best of both of those threads that he started exploring there, pushed more into a spotlight, and maybe with a little bit more thought behind them too. I think that the relationship between Honey and Natchan is really awesome. Even putting aside the like gay bait stuff, there's this great thing where I think about the first moment that Honey kind of interacts with her one-on-one, which is after she disguises herself as Natsuko in the like to infiltrate the police headquarters. Natsuko finds her, and so does our lovely and stupid boy, and like, how do I put this? Like Seiji calls her Natchan to flirt with her, but there's this moment of like genuine excitement from Honey where she's like, "Oh wait, I can call her a nickname. She's Natchan now." And like they have this great dynamic where Honey clearly looks up to this hilariously unhinged woman because
Yes.
she is an authority figure. She is able to command a space. She's very self-serious. And our like little goofball honey is like, I want to be like her. I want to be like someone where when I enter a room, people listen to me. And I think that the cool thing about her development is that it's not just the like robot girl story of I want to be a real girl. I think a lot of it is also like I want to be taken seriously as a woman.
Yeah.
And that gets driven home in this really cool way by the finale when she gets to save everyone. Like
right.
she you know, she's overcome all of these kind of like developmental emotions of like silliness but also rage when she like burns Cobalt Claw to death, right? Like there are like all of these little things of her working through these different extremes, and then at the end we get to see her like she's found harmony within herself and she saves the day because she's reached that. She has her like her own mission. She isn't swayed by Sister Jill, and I don't know. It's really nice. I don't think Anno has been able to do that before or after, and I kind of wanted to ask you all what you think of that. Like, we were talking about Shin Kamen Rider before we started it, and I think that one of my big criticisms of Shin Kamen Rider is that Ruriko has this really important role in the plot, and Ruriko's death kind of serves as the main impetus for Hongo, but Anno seems almost too caught up in the like. I love original Kamen Rider, but original Kamen Rider is very misogynistic, and Anno seems like he really wants to emulate that without really knowing or recognizing the misogyny of it. And
authenticity to a fault.
Yes.
Yeah, but I would say that like if Ruriko winds up occupying this in-between space where she's like kind of a non-character. Like she's not even like spit on. She just like exists as the exposition girl.
Right.
And then she dies and her death is like a tragic motivation. Whereas in Cutie Honey, you really can feel an investment from everyone working on it that like Honey's feelings not only matter, but they like echo throughout the rest of the narrative.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, it's so tough because I 100% agree with what you're saying. And when I brought up earlier that it's kind of like the Rei Ayanami trying to become a real girl story, that could be so easily hokey or like been there, done that. It's those elements you were talking about that make it more interesting. You know what I mean? Well, Pinocchio wants to be a real boy. That's, boring. This adds the extra layer of like trying to become that real woman like you were talking about. When it comes to Kamen Rider, oh God, it's so tough. Because I love. Well, okay, I need to go back and watch Shin Kamen Rider because in my memory, it very much was a story about like sacrifice and like this human need for connection and like what happens when your humanity gets taken away from you. And then when you bring it up, I'm like, yeah, Ruriko, she's mostly just an analog for like trauma and why people disconnect from humanity. But then she just kind of says, I'm sad and my life has made me miserable and I wanted to create a system to escape that reality. You know what I mean? And I feel bad about it. Now I'm dead. Because I love the arc of both Rider 1 and Rider 2, but she just gets pushed to the side. And now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I gotta rewatch and like reassess. Because to me, I think her performance in that movie is really good, and the look and the costume's great, but when you look at it from like that outside angle, and especially watching this movie where Honey is given so much, you know what I mean? Clarity of character and such like a, what do you call it again? you know, she gets to make her own decisions in the movie, and in that, Ruriko is just such a like, I'm a plot construct, and when I die, it's made to make the common writer and the audience feel very bad. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely see it. I'm a little. I think I've plainly established I'm very limited when it comes to like my exposure to Hideaki Anno's work. So I've really only seen the Shin trilogy. I only kind of count Ultraman. He didn't direct that.
Right.
He wrote it and edited.
Yeah, but I do agree. It is really interesting seeing how well he can write. Like when it really seems like he cares about like the characters he's writing for, how well defined and 3-dimensional they can be.
Mm-hmm.
It like, does feel like part. Oh, sorry.
Like sorry. Even outside of Honey and her whole arc, I really like Natsuko in this movie.
Yeah, because she softens up.
Yeah, because you never really learn what caused her to really like close herself off and become like this hardened person.
I think it was,
but you can see that a lot of it just had to do with like the environment she was in. She was like, she treated people like a little callously, but that was also how she was being treated. I think about like how her superiors were just laying the blame on her for like the doctor being kidnapped or them like basically demoting her to like from detective to like just a standard issue like police officer. And she learns to really trust the people around her.
Yes. It was very 90s, 2000s, like rediscovering femininity plotline in terms of like she what do you call it? Sorry to interrupt, by the way, Hunter. I didn't mean to.
No.
It was just that thing where it's like there's so many plot points back then where woman shuts herself off to the world, refuses to be. Oh, I will act like a man so I can make it a man's world, and then discovers like through meeting Honey or whatever. But like you said, it's the actual self-actualization and having the scene at the end with Honey that like instead of making it corny, makes it like true to itself. I don't know. Is that what you feel, Iris?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say yes, and also
improv there. Good job.
Yeah, I think. Thank you. Hold your praise until the end. It feels almost like a fluke that Anno gets it right.
A little bit, yeah.
I've got something to tell you guys in a minute that may tell us some things.
We should go to the bad section. We'll make it short because we're running out of time.
I just want to say, I feel like the thing that Anno really does here is he's like, okay, so like I imagine that I'm the woman and what I would want if I was a person, regardless of whether or not I was a woman. And that's kind of how he gets to these woke conclusions.
Yeah.
Oh no,
he kind of trips to the finish line.
The studio went woke and broke in the 2000s. Jeez Louise.
Anyways, I'll finish it up there. But it is nice to see that in the film. I think like that. That's something that I like a lot about this movie.
Well, we were fruit gushing. Okay. Does anybody have any negativity? I feel like maybe we've already covered that.
I don't know. I have to think about it. So
I kind of think this movie just owns. I don't have any like complaints off the top of my head.
I just wish it cooked more, and I kind of got more of what I wanted out of the OVA.
It does wander a bit in the middle. It's a bit of a wandery thing going on. It's very, and then finally it's like, okay, villains want to do this thing with the big tower that goes under Tokyo Tower. Okay, let's start.
Can I say the thing that'll get me yelled at?
Go ahead.
I was zoning
Sure.
out during the music video. That was like I did lose kind of like.
Oh,
man,
you do hate women. I
You
come
see
hate women.
now.
That's so sad.
Listen,
You
she's
mean the
like-
montage of her hanging around Tokyo?
I didn't really understand
with the
why
music
she.
playing?
I guess the music video was supposed to explain why she was sad. I just didn't really know why she was down on her
I
son.
don't know.
You,
It was-
you know,
it was
I
right
half
after-
expected like the little like artist blurb to appear at the bottom left, like an MTV video.
I loved
At
that
the
bit.
end.
Okay,
Especially the
But
bit
no,
where
I
she
like that. I like that part. I'll
especially the
say
bit where she
that.
like cosplays as an office worker with the mustache and everything.
Yeah,
and
that
no
part
one
was good. That's a
recognizes
good
her.
gag. That's a good
Except-
gag.
Except for the cleaning lady, and that made me emotional.
Yes. Yeah, there. I didn't think it was a perfect movie. The middle meandered. I think there was supposed to be, and then the Seiji character. Am I saying is it a Keiji or Seiji?
It's Seiji.
Seiji.
It's Seiji.
Seiji was an afterthought, and that, you know what? If it's for a movie where you have a trio, it's nice to have the man be the afterthought. It's nice to say that, but also
He's a secret NSA agent. Watch out.
they were
He's
dangling this
the
over
Buffy
your-
the Vampire Slayer Xander of this movie.
basically they're dangling it over your head like it's this grand mystery, and you truly don't care. And I didn't find the guy's performance particularly inspiring. So there are things about the movie I don't know. And I don't know. I still overall, and just a little bit more, like, just because I found those two action scenes so fun, I wish there was just something a little bit more in the middle. It's like they handed you a platter at the beginning and then brought you dessert at the end, and there wasn't much in the middle, you know. But overall,
I get it.
I found it very I would recommend this to anyone in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It
would
just
too.
never entered my personal pantheon, and I don't know. I never had that moment where I got out of my seat. It was like, yes, let's go. Whereas I don't know. I felt that with Shin Kamen Rider, but granted, I am more disposed to the lonely and weird, sad world of Kamen Rider. That's like a movie about like a bunch of freaks trapped in purgatory, whereas this is like bubblegum pop world where people are, learning about themselves. I don't know. I think I prefer the former, but maybe looking at the plot construction and the characters might. If I go back to Shin Kamen Rider, I might like it less. I don't know. That's a thing that I might have to get to in the future. You know what I mean?
Well, guys, you heard it here first. Russ is not a woman. We've finally put the
dear
question
Lord.
to rest.
No.
He relates more to men.
No. Well, I said lonely
you
weirdos.
heard it here
No.
first.
Okay.
Oh,
God damn it. Con the act. Okay. Okay. Anybody else negativity, or should we just end it now? Am I the only one who's bringing the vibe down?
I don't really
You're
have
the only
negativity.
one bringing the vibe down.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
like,
bringing the vibe down.
I
That's
could
why-
talk about acting in a sense because, like, yes, they're trying to go for cartoon characters, but then they'll just be like, whenever they aren't trying to be cartoon characters, there's a bit of a weak delivery sometimes going on.
Yeah.
Where there'll be a little one note or a little like kind of stilted, but otherwise, like, I don't know. I don't have like a
totally
big,
entertaining
like-
movie. Totally entertaining
The-
movie.
I guess
Yeah.
my like jokes aside, my only real complaint, I am with you on Seiji's actor, Russ. I don't think it's not that he's bad. I don't think he matches the energy of the other
Right.
two actresses.
Hey, listen.
No.
When Anno's involved, there always has to be one male actor who's not very good. Like in The Wind Rises, when he's not very good in that movie. So anyway, enough negativity. I think I only include negativity so it doesn't just sound like we're going Anno goat for 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, we
Right.
can't compliment things too much, otherwise people will think we're pretentious.
Yeah, we're pretentious.
You can't be a
Yes,
pretentious
yes.
Tokusatsu
But,
fan.
Yes. We have to complain
I
like
am.
Redditors. We have to complain like Redditors and find something to be annoyed about. No.
My favorite Shin Godzilla.
Yeah. So to end things, I want to go on the positive note. So we have the good, the bad, and the costumes. What is everybody's favorite look for Cutie in the movie?
Oh my god.
Oh man,
Oh.
that's tough. There's some really good costumes.
I will-
I
look at you
really
weird.
like
Trash bag.
Trash bag is pretty funny.
I will
I
look at you weird
really
if you choose
really
Virgin.
like
Oh,
Cobalt Paw.
yeah, she's great.
That looked so cool.
Well, I was
Oh,
just gonna
man.
say, I will look at anybody here as a creep if you think her virgin, what do you call it, virginal flower girl is your favorite. Like, come on.
Okay, my favorite cutie look was probably like when she was trying to get away from like the cops and she was like a weird like yell singer on like in the side of the road. I love that look. It's very retro looking. And let's see. And then for general favorite costume or like general look I love, it's probably the Black Claw. I just love that look. It's very it's made me think it's made me think of theater. I love that shit.
Yeah, it was good. Man, maybe it's just I do like that the first thing that Honey does is ride a motorcycle because I'm like, Anno's getting his Common Rider fetish out of here ASAP.
No. That is
There we
the
go.
classic Cutie Honey costume.
I know,
Her
but
disguising
Yeah.
herself as
The
a
biker outfit.
Yeah, like that is the first thing that she turns into in the manga too.
Okay.
The biker look.
Listen, I've not read them all. I just assumed it was him going, she's riding a motorcycle like the guy.
You know what? There's another complaint. I wanted another scene with the motorcycle.
That's true.
Me too.
I did like her motorcycle look. Her cop look is very cute, but I, can't respect it. Let's see.
My favorite Cutie Honey look is when she is straight up in her underwear chilling in her house and farts. I think that is so awesome. That is women's rights right there.
The trash
Wait,
bag.
was I supposed?
Or
Was I
her
supposed to
when
say
she's
my
trying to look like her
favorite-
uncle, like to fool them. I love that look
Or
too.
the office
like that mask
worker.
look.
Or
the off.
The office worker gag is pretty fucking funny.
Was I supposed
Yeah.
to say my favorite Honey outfit too?
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, bald office worker.
It's
like
very
without
funny.
a doubt. Like it was perfect. No one recognized her. The perfect
Except the cleaning lady who really sees her for what she is.
There's a good gag in Cutie Honey too, but I cannot. Wasn't she like a cleaning lady at one point? I was wondering if they
Maybe.
were.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
there are some good gags in this movie. There's some funny stuff.
Like those office workers who keep complaining about Honey, the male ones, and they just like it's just a running gag. Like, why hasn't she been fired yet?
So the question, I guess, if we're talking not to go back into negativity zone, are people upset that her hair isn't as poofy as it is in the manga? That they keep it shoulder length?
Nah,
We like it. We like it.
I like
I'm
it.
pissed
What do you
off
think,
about it.
Iris?
Make it poofier.
Okay. How do we feel
Put
about
two
it?
wigs on that one head.
I was gonna say, how do we feel about it? Her wearing like a not a skin suit. What do you call it? Like flesh-colored tights underneath the armor instead of just.
Oh,
being
I
full
love
head.
that. That's so funny.
It works out. It's for the best. It's for the best.
Yes.
It's flesh color tights.
Yes.
It looks you don't notice it if the camera's far enough.
It's not zoomed in.
Oh, I
so-
noticed. No, please.
So the fun. So some character design fun facts. This is like a star-studded character design staff list.
Interesting.
It has Katsuya Terada, who's like a mangaka. You may recognize him for doing that Link to the Past manga. I think is what it was.
Really?
Oh, really?
Back in the day.
That guy. That's crazy.
Mayoko Anno, Anno's wife.
Let's go.
Yutaka
Baby lady?
Uzubuchi.
The baby lady? In the manga they made about the relationship where she draws herself as
Yes,
a weird
the baby lady.
Yes, the baby lady.
yes.
Drew. Yes. We love the baby
and Yutaka
lady.
Uzubuchi, who I recognize through Pat Labor, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think that's what it was. And Yoshiyuki Sadamoto, who is the character designer for Evangelion. So that's pretty cool. And then the Panther Claw costume production was made by a theater company, which I think is very fitting.
Yeah.
And the martial arts instructor was Cynthia Luster, who is a Japanese action actress who did a lot of work in like Hong Kong films in like the 90s and such. So
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
it's a pretty great staff, I would say.
Yeah.
And co-writer who doesn't have like a page on Wikipedia, but is known as Rumi Takahashi. And when I try to look up the Japanese name or whatever, it just gives me, the mangaka Rumiko Takahashi. And I don't think it's her. I feel like it would have been a bigger deal if it was the Ranma mangaka.
Yes. I guess there would be more boob jokes in it then, boob and butt jokes in it.
Yeah.
She was in there too.
Like I look up the Japanese name on Google and it's like, oh, pictures of her, and it's like, it can't be though. It can't be.
I
No
just wonder
way.
if it's like a drama, because the only other stuff she has credited on IMDb are just J dramas from around that time period. So I wonder if she
Maybe
was
it
just
is just that.
maybe she
Yeah,
was a
it's
hired
probably just
gun to try and cobble the script into a more 90-minute runtime, a lot less insanity, try to funnel the ideas into something a little bit more.
Yeah, that makes sense because I'm
Sensible.
sure she probably had experience writing, for women and J dramas. So that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. But yeah, it sounds like we like this movie. It sounds like we had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
It made me emotional. It really the way their love and friendship and everything at the end just really came together,
I
and
think that
my feelings, everything, just it really got to me.
I think this is the first time I've ever been on a podcast where I unironically saying it's love. It's love.
It's love,
Yeah,
baby.
it's love,
yes.
baby.
Okay. So we're going in preview. We're starting our next series after this. And as much as Iris begged, we're not watching all 7 seasons of Voyager, Star Trek Voyager.
No!
We're not gonna watch.
Neelix!
We're not gonna watch the one where they get turned into lizards and have lizard sex with each other and have eggs with each other because they went through the teleporter or something. Remember that episode? Anyway,
I
No, no.
don't know Star Trek episodes.
oh my god, yo,
I know that
we'll
one.
make
I
you
know
watch
that
all
one.
of DS9 at some point, which is the real best. Sorry, TNG heads. But this is a DS. I'm assuming this is a DS9 podcast, right?
Oh,
The sickos are
Could
not.
be.
You're running this joke into the ground. You need to drop it
Okay,
now, and
okay.
we need to keep closing
Yeah.
out.
Yes. We're gonna do. We're doing Ryuki next. Kamen Rider Ryuki, and I think we're splitting it into 4. We're splitting it into
Sorry.
4 parts. We're going into our first Heisei show. We're gonna have transformations, people kicking each other, betrayal. One of us will betray the
Betrayal.
others. We'll we'll go more into our Kamen Rider experience in the next episode, and I'll bring up the how I first learned about Ryuki, which was the Germa edit. I had never seen Ryuki before, then somebody put Germa into the OP. I was like, what the fuck is this show?
I am going to be. Oh man, I'm gonna be so annoying about Ryuki. That's like, how Iris got about this movie. It's gonna be about me with like Ryuki and like a lot of those early Heisei shows.
All right,
I will
so
be talking.
So just to make sure, we're not watching Dragon Knight.
No, we are not watching Kamen Rider Dragon Knight.
No. But yeah, so yes, does anybody join us next time. I think we're doing episodes 1 through 12. We'll see. I'll post something to follow along if people really care.
Well,
or, it's like a
I'll think about it, and maybe 1 through 14 or maybe 1 through 12. I'll have to see what we should do.
We will figure this out. But anyway, yeah, does anybody have anything they want to plug real quick before we go?
No. Except I'm Iris. Look forward to me.
Yes. Welcome, Iris, to the crew.
That's what I got.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, we almost have a full like Sentai crew here. Wait, we haven't chosen our colors yet.
Look, we'll choose that when we do the Sentai show.
Yes.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, that's how you get people to keep listening. You got to tease it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm actually the Green Ranger, and I'm evil. Tommy, get it? Anyway, so Stix and Hunter, anything you want to plug real quick before we head on out?
My terrible, awful, no good YouTube channel.
You gotta be more
the name
positive
has
about
not
this, man.
changed. The name has not changed. It is still Spider Slash. I am Spider Slash on everything but Letterboxd. That is Spider Slash _.
I'm gonna plug it for you. Spider Splash. Oh God,
Spider Splash.
#1 YouTube channel for all sorts of random crap. Everybody's loving it. It's got some of the best vids you can on there. Speaking of, I hear Stix has a YouTube channel with some badass vids on its own, right, Stix?
Oh no, I don't. I mean, I do, but not really. No. I'll just stick it to Blue Sky, RBS Stix.bluesky.social. I still hang around on Twitter sometimes as Beer Stix. Oh man, I'm getting mad right now because I forgot to mention one thing about this movie I thought was cool. I forgot it.
You can
Let me just sneak it
plug
in.
the one thing in the movie that you thought was cool.
All right. I like that Honey's actress changed her voice for whenever she was Cutie Honey. She made it sound deeper and huskier.
That's true.
And I thought it was really cool because like at the end of the anime opening, she says her little line, but in the Cutie Honey version, it was done by a seiyuu, it's still bubbly and sounds cute, but in the movie version, when she voices that line at the end of the anime opening, it's her Cutie Honey voice, which is all deep and heroic because she's putting on a hero voice. And I thought that was a cool touch. Okay. Every time she's trying to put okay, there you go. That's it.
I hope
Got
that
it
detail was worth it because I'm going to edit out your blue sky and your Twitter. So anyway,
fine. Who cares? I thought I
you
really
only
wanted that
you only
bit
get
out.
one. You only get one. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Anyway, twitter.com/pissgoblin. Follow FKA Socks on Twitch. That's where I stream with my friend Scott. But besides that, good episode, guys. I really appreciate you coming on.
No problem.
Yeah.
And welcome to the crew, Iris. Hopefully, for many more eps, you will return. Iris will return. You are one of the second. I said we're all primary writers here. We're Sentai together.
You're the revealed secondary writer for like the second core.
Yeah.
I'm Common Rider Grease. I'm the Common Rider Grease of this gang.
Oh no.
All right, everyone. Well, I had the worst sign off I could have thought of, but well, everybody, catch you later. Keep on henshin in the new world.
And doot. Can we even say that?
Yeah. Don't worry, it's all fading out at this point, so they can't hear it.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, okay.
Do we stop the recording?